Well, hello there, friends. It's me. Hello. It's your favorite Molk, and I am here with the TV BingeBox podcast. We're back. And by we, I mean me. Big love to Brookie and to Joe and to Dan, who I still hold a very dear place in my heart, but they are far too important, far too busy to be involved in these shenanigans. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge that I'm coming to you from the land of the Dark and Jung mob, and I want to pay my respects to their elders, their leaders, past and present, and acknowledge their emerging leaders, and note that sovereignty was never ceded, that we live on stolen land. Wow, what a huge TV binge box we've got. Friends, season 4, would you believe? We're back for season 4. I've got 4 huge shows tonight that I would love to share with you. And and have my light turn off for some reason, because I think it's just decided to finally die. Well, that sucks. We're live, which is why all of this makes even less sense, particularly if you're listening to it after the fact. We're going live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. You'll be able to watch the TV BingeBox podcast on any number of places. As it turns out, we are streaming right now to the TV Black Box YouTube channel, the TV Black Box Facebook page, the TV Black Box Instagram account, and the TV BingeBox Instagram account, which has about 100 people. And I think if I've got it right, we're also running live on like TV Black Box and my old Twitter, if anybody's there. Hello. And of course, if you're listening to this after the fact, so glad you tuned in and decided to download it and have a listen to the TV BingeBox podcast. I have so much business to get through, so much to tell you about, so much things to do. Yes, there's even going to be upMolks and downMolks. All right, amazing. All of my socials are available on my link tree. That's linktr.ee/Steve Molk, where you can find out all of the things if you're not already following me. I mean, at this point, if you're not, I don't know how you found this. Congratulations and welcome for those who did. I cannot muck around. The first things I want to tell you is that this is a community where it is safe for you to love the things you love. Now, if you disagree with me on shows that I'm talking about and say, Molk, you rubbish, that's a great show. Or Molk, it's rubbish, it's a horrible show. Cool, right? If you love it, lean into it. That's my absolute encouragement in the midst of all of this. Don't let me or anybody else tell you what you can't love. Just love it. Just get into it big time. If you are someone that agrees with me, throw it in the chat, however you're watching. Throw it in the chat and let us know whether you agree with me, the things that you love about it, the things that you don't like about it. And towards the end of the show, have ready the 2 shows. Let's keep it to that, but I'm not one for limits, as you well know, or at least every Black Box podcast listeners will know. Throw your shows that you're obsessing about at the moment, the show that you love and you're watching. I want to hear all about it. And so do other people in this community. That's the real benefit of the TV BingeBox community, is that we all get together and people are able to just share the things that they love and that they enjoy, and other people benefit from it. I never knew about that, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So it's not just Molk telling you what you could and should watch. It's people in the community sharing those things. So yeah, there's heaps more coming on. And for those, again, if you're listening to this on the podcast, maybe tune in and watch, but glad that you're listening nonetheless. I'm going to do something that I've always wanted to do. Hello, there are people that are commenting and I appreciate. There we go. Look at that. People live that are watching can see this. Hi, Kat. Hi, Christina. Hi, Brett. Yes, it's great to see you all here. Hello, Kyle. Great to see you as well. He has a question. Let's hear what Kyle has to say. Molk, curious to know if you watched any more of Top Gear Australia. Kyle, it's like you're reading my mind. Yes. Am I talking about it tonight? No. Am I talking about it next week? Yes. Am I going to talk about it a lot? Yes. So I have persevered. I am diving into it. Hello to everybody else that's popping up. It's great to have you involved as well. I'll be referring back to our chat throughout the night. It's great to have you involved, friends. I'm glad that you're here because, oh baby, do I have an absolute rip snorter of a program to kick off season 4 of the TV Binge Box. Friends, this is Colin from Accounts season 2.
It's got to stop.
Can you please just give him back? We made a mistake.
Please. Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the law, is it, mate?
Yeah, the law. Look it up.
Well, maybe I'll look you up at the same time. Maybe I'll look you up as well.
I'll look you up.
Do I even want a boyfriend, or do I just want a dog? Hey! Are you masturbating?
Hey?
We're doing that.
What? Were you taking a photo of...
No?
Yes, you were.
Whoa, I really don't think I should be seeing those.
Come on, Ash. You must have some news.
Just one. It's the nipple flash.
That's not really a move, though. That just happened one time.
Did it?
How likely do you think it is that I could naturally get a woman pregnant?
Are we exclusive?
Yeah. What do you mean? Yes. Why?
No, nothing.
Like your dress.
It's a skirt and a top.
New or...
Nah.
Have you lost a bit of weight?
Nope.
Not that you need to. Like, you look great to me at any weight. Like, you could balloon and I'd be fine. And you don't need to, like...
Can you get out?
Yeah.
So you're ready to settle down with Gordon?
Yes. Oh, cool. What a catch.
We want to buy a brewery. Bang.
Boom.
You rang.
Oh, fucking hell, are you right?
My business is with Gordon.
I really just want us to work. How many people have you slept with?
Here we go.
I'll go first. 9.
Oh, this year? Less than 9.
No, Gordon. My whole life.
This is quality.
Oh my fucking hell, man! It is a footpath!
It is a footpath, and it's great that Harriet noticed that. Look, Gordon and Ashley are back, and this season, in Colin from Accounts season 2, they're asking the big questions. Are they in a relationship, or was it just all about the dog? Oh, dear sweet baby Jesus, I have loved every minute of Colin from Accounts season 1, and now season 2 is upon us. Friends, I've been very fortunate. Not only did I get to attend the premiere last week, I also got to speak with Patrick and Harriet. We'll talk to them in a second. And I've seen the first 5 of season 8. It's brilliant. Patrick Bramwell, Harriet Dyer, the creators, the writers, and the stars of Colin from Accounts have promised big things, 20% more for a start, but maybe love, a wedding, a funeral, and an expanding ensemble cast. That is, frankly, hilarious. And we saw some of those new faces as well as a bunch of returning ones in the trailer. It is delightful as the central characters as Gordon and Ashley, Patrick and Harriet are, look, they're really just fucking great. They're really, really good. I love the way that they embrace these characters, that it reflects heightened parts of who they are in their relationships. And that makes it so much more engaging. And their close circles as characters are so much more important now because they're in a relationship, we think, maybe, probably. Who knows? Now, we met Ash's mum and the professor in season 1. Can you remember that dinner party? Oh, my God. They're back, along with everybody else. But this time we get to meet Gordon's family, and you got to meet his brother, Heavy, nicknamed Heavy, in the trailer, and he is delightful. Justin Rosniak plays him, and he's so freaking good. Gordon's family is from Yass, and hold on to your seats for when that comes along. It's so, so good. It's honestly just glorious. I have so much to say. I do not want to spoil it, But let me get you into this. This is my chat. I was very fortunate to be invited by Binge to join the endless list of journos that got to sit down in a standard kind of LA junket situation. I got literally 10 minutes. This is the edited version. I can show you the things that got cut out at some other time. They're fun, but I had to trim something. Here we go. This is my chat with Patrick and Harriet, all about Colin from Accounts Season 2. Enjoy.
I'm
Great.
still tucking my shirt in,
Have a
Steve.
tuck. Go
I
on.
mean, take your time.
Yeah. He's
You
got
don't
heaps of
have
it.
anywhere to be.
I got nothing going on.
There, go on.
Doing things.
What's up, Molk?
Oh, look, everything, Harry, Patrick. First of all, what the fuck are you doing?
Great question.
Great
Right?
question.
Yeah.
And a fair one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just trying to mess with the program, man.
Yeah,
we're disrupting
just-
from the inside.
Right, so real questions.
Yeah.
Patrick, Harriet, firstly, congratulations. Colin from Accounts Season 2 is incredible.
Thanks,
No,
man.
done such a great
it's like
job.
Have you
catnip
seen
to us.
3?
I've seen the first three.
First
yes.
three.
Awesome.
Great.
No spoilers. Good.
Good.
I am really intrigued, actually. Part of the promotional stuff that we got promised us 20% more.
Yeah.
20% hotter was what we gave our new costume designer.
Great.
And then it just kind of
And
spilled
20%
on.
funnier.
Is what we told ourselves.
Because we said it
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to be at least 20% better generally to hit the same high watermark of Season 1.
Sure.
That was our kind of maths going in.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've hit it. I mean, you've seen 3.
Yeah.
What do you think?
18.
18%.
I think we're getting there.
I'll take 18.
I mean, the final 5 will really bring it home, I
Really,
think.
they will.
Hope so.
Yeah, they will.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, writing as a husband and wife duo,
Yeah.
a couple, it's challenging, I'm sure.
Yeah.
In bringing Colin to life, not only in the first instance, but the difficult second album.
Yeah.
How did we go? Were we more critical with each other? What did it look like when it came to submitting each other's scripts to each other?
I don't think we were more critical. I think we were as critical. Actually, probably we learned a bunch of shit in the first season that
Yeah.
unconsciously. And so I think our expectations for what was good was higher.
Yes.
But I think our confidence, like my confidence was higher because it was the first thing I'd ever done, which is annoying, Season 1. But Season 2, I didn't have such like an angry imposter syndrome thing. Like I think Season 1, I was like, don't look at me while I write, I'm not real.
She'd get feverish,
I'd
like she'd
get
smash
weird.
the key.
And I'd get very sweaty and want more coffee that I didn't need.
Yeah.
And now I think
Unsustainable.
I feel like
Yeah.
Season 2, I was like, calm down, Harriet. We're not trying to catch a magical fairy that won't be here if you don't get this scene out right now. That's a little bit what I felt. And so having more confidence made me less sensitive.
Yeah.
And I actually felt it was a relief getting back into the writer's room, the room that we wrote in.
Our spare
Because,
room.
yeah, because there was so much amazing stuff said about the first season.
Yes.
But whether it's good stuff or bad stuff, none of it helps for creating at all.
Right.
So it was good to get rid of all the audience and all the feedback and all the everything, all the opinions, and just replug back into the world.
And
Yep.
writing was like one of the nicest times. I loved it. It was a good few months where
Yeah.
we'd walk our kid to daycare with our dog. We'd get a little coffee. We'd walk back with the dog. Maybe go to the gym. I don't know, whatever. And
Yep.
then we'd write for a couple hours and then go get her. It was actually very simple
It was a good
and very
routine.
lovely.
Yeah. Right.
And no one was kind of tapping their watch asking for drafts. Like it was kind of, we had a plan of when we'd like to finish it by, but it was all a bit nebulous and nice.
That was.
It makes for a good environment, doesn't it? It
It
means
was.
the scripts get to play out a little more
Yeah.
generously. The
Yeah.
like it
we
comes a
definitely
bit
took
easier.
more time with it.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, we get to benefit from it in watching Season 2 of Colin from Accounts.
18%. Yeah.
Almost there,
Almost
right?
there, so
Nobody
close.
gets a HD
Straight away.
that quickly.
Okay.
Which reminds me, I'm a student, full-time student now for the first time in nearly 30 years.
Okay, what are you studying?
Education.
Oh, wow.
I want to become the best media studies teacher in Australia. Is how I'm trying to pitch it.
I believe you can
Okay.
do it.
I'm trying hard. But so, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions as a media studies
Please.
student?
Please. Whoa.
Go.
Harriet and Patrick, your use of mise en scene throughout Colin from Accounts has proven to be characteristic of your style. Bergman-esque, some have suggested. How do you feel Colin speaks as a metaphor to all of us?
Look, I think, Birdman said it best, to use your reference. Put the Miz in the scene, and the scene will be Miz.
Yeah, that's it. I also like Bergerman.
Mm.
Fantastic shit.
Yeah,
Hard to find. Now.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Colin. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's a metaphor for unconditional love.
He actually is. Did we tell you this one? That it was a minute in season 1 writing it that Harry went, okay, we don't hit a dog anymore. We hit an old lady.
Great.
For real.
Because I was lost.
And
at
there was
sea.
2 days we were like, it's an old lady. And we told our producers, and they were like, shit, okay, if you we trust you guys. And then after 2 days, we're like, no, that's stupid. It's got to be a dog because it's about us too. And the dog acts as
And then you have to give her lines and stuff.
That's true. doesn't
And you
work
can't
so.
adopt a grandma.
No, I think I was losing it. a
Yeah,
bit.
she was very tired and drinking too much coffee.
Yeah. How do you feel about the abject claims of nepotism in involving a young lady called Madeline Dyer?
Madeline Dyer, yes. She is my biological sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. She did direct Ep 6 and Ep 4 last season.
The
Yep,
claims
yep.
are grounded, and we'll cop to them.
Paddy only got a job in this because he's married to me. So
Fortunately.
nepotism, it starts from the top, man.
Yeah, the casting couch is really evident.
It's this.
Yeah.
You're on it.
You're on it right now.
Guess that's awkward.
Yeah.
Didn't used to
It's a
be
bit
this colour
sticky.
green.
Oh.
The returning ensemble cast, fabulous.
Are they good?
So great to have. I mean, even just the likes of Genevieve, Emma,
Yeah.
and, like the Echo Park crew. Like,
Yeah.
let's bring that back, besties and the rest. The families we get some development on. Of course, Ashley's mother and professor return. That's delightful. But this year we get to meet Gordon's
Yep.
family.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Like Justin Rosenacre plays heavy. He
So
shows up
great.
in Ep 3. You've seen him. You'll see him again in Ep 6. And we meet the rest of Gordon's family.
Yep.
Celeste Barber's in there.
Yep, she plays his
Sister-in-law.
wife.
John Howard plays
Yeah.
my dad. Lynn
Yeah.
Portis, my mum.
Yeah.
We've got some brilliant ensemble players this season. I just can't wait for everyone to see them, honestly. Yeah.
And I can understand that because when you throw the kind of heavyweight into that, not just in those that you've already mentioned, but let's just casually sprinkle in the inclusion of Wayne Hope and Robin Butler, who are involved, in a directorial sense as well as on screen.
They're amazing.
Right?
Yes.
They're
Yes.
Australian comedy royalty
They are.
They are.
that we get to benefit from because you guys went, hey, we think that there might be something here. And
Yeah.
they're
We
connected
asked
to
them
it.
thinking there's no way, and they within 10 minutes like, yeah, we'll do it.
So funny to
believe
have
it.
them in front and behind the camera. That was very funny. They are so good, and we just we idolize them a bit.
Yeah.
Good. I mean,
Yeah.
there are worse people
not
to
to.
idolise, right?
I reckon.
Yeah.
Guys, congratulations. Colin from Accounts, Season 2 is available right this very instant on
Yes.
Binge. Your suggestions for how people should consume it.
Sober, and then do it again drunk.
Great.
And then watch it sober again.
Loose pants.
Yeah.
Snacks.
Empty stomach, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Tissues nearby.
Very much so.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you need. Just get what you need.
I don't know. They're doing it in like a 1-2-2-2-1.
Yeah, you can't. Are they? I
weird.
thought they're just dropping it one a week.
No.
Anyway, you can't eat it all at once this time. You've got to pace yourself.
Great.
Do it, Australia. Pace yourself.
It's the- Honestly, I'm working out new software and I can't unmute my mic. Bleh. I'd say I'd edit it out, but that would be a lie. How great are Patrick and Harriet? Honestly, just so much fun. I could have honestly talked to them for an hour and it would have that in itself was nearly 8 minutes. So super fun. Look, the cast, Patrick and Harriet obviously are back. Genevieve Hegney, Emma Harvey, Michael Logo, Annie Maynard as Yvette the Vet. Glorious. Helen Thompson as Ashley's mum, and of course Darren Gilshanen as the professor. Fuck hell, it's just so good, so good. And then, as you heard in the conversation, Wayne Hope and Robin Butler are joining it, and then add in John Howard and Lynn Porteous, who play Flash, Gordon's parents. Justin Rosniak, Celeste Barber, the incredible Virginia Gay, Broden Kelly, who you would have seen in the trailer, and a special friend. No spoilers. Pops up in season 8, but fans of No Activity might remember who they are. Check it out. Look, it is incredible. Season 1 is available in full on Binge. Season 2, actually, I was going to go for a prop. I've got a prop. Binge sent out this amazing thing. I haven't tested it yet, so it's my error. Season 1, Colin from Accounts, ta-da, right? And it's a thing called Scene Sense. And when you open it up, it's hilarious. 8 episodes. There are 4 candles The whole idea is that they add to the atmosphere of you watching it at home. So you light candle 1 when you start episode 1 and it burns for 2 episodes. You watch episode 1 and 2 and it burns all the way down and you get these aromas and accents in the air. I don't know if it's fucking going to work. I'm going to give it a red or go. But Scene Sense, amazing. That's for season 1. I don't know how easily you can get them. I was very fortunate to get a set. But season 2 episode 1 is available right now on Binge. And as Harriet correctly said, it's dropping 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. So this week you'll get episodes 2 and 3. They're delightful. And the rest will continue on. It's super, super nice. It's so, so fun. Colin from Accounts season 2. There are 8 episodes in that 1, 2, 2. They're dropping weekly-ish every week, but there's a different amount on Thursdays, and they are streaming right now on Binge. And that's exactly what you want to be watching it on. It's great. I love it. I love them. It is super fun. How good is Aussie comedy when we nail it like Colin from Accounts? So bloody good. That's how it is. And now, this.
We are at Queensland Raceway. The pressure is on for the championship.
All she has to do today is finish. She finishes this, she's going to tie this championship up and be a title holder. And she'll be the first girl to do it. Yep.
How hard is it to press buttons, Molk? Seriously. After a couple of successful seasons in the Porsche Carrera Cup in 2013 and 14, Renee Gracie stepped up to the Supercars in 2015 with Paul Morris Racing and was one half of an all-ladies driving team in the Bathurst 1000 that year. They didn't go super well, but they did finish. Her career petered out somewhat after that, finishing up in 2017. In 2019, she established herself as an OnlyFans creator, generating thousands of dollars a month for her adult-themed entertainment. In 2023, Renee returned to racing in the GT World Challenge Australia and attempted to get a wildcard entry into the Supercars Bathurst 1000 that year. She was not granted a license by Supercars. Friends, that's the most interesting parts of that doco in less than 2 minutes, and the thing is fucking 90 minutes long. Blech. Do not waste your time on this red hot mess. Here's some of the challenges, right? I understand there will be a million reasons for it, but let's just go in early. They couldn't get any of the Supercars footage licensed, so you don't see any of her racing at Bathurst or any of her in the Supercars. It's just diabolical. They couldn't show any of Renee's porn content, so there's no titillation. We see a photo shoot, but like, don't misunderstand me. If you're telling the story of someone that creates porn for a living, I would have thought, particularly on a streamer, you might, show her boobs, right? Everything is very demure and I guess let's call it appropriate, but it just seems really inconsistent with a woman that does a lot of consenting adult acts for a living and has people pay to watch her do that, right? So no racing. Some of her new stuff, yes, but none of her old stuff. None of her OnlyFans content. What is this doco supposed to achieve? It actually does nothing. It tells you her story, but fucking write a paragraph. Do what I did. 4 paragraphs, 2 minutes, done, right? That's it. It does cast Supercars as the villain in the story, and that lasts for about 30 seconds when they do that, because it suggests that that Supercars trades on suggestive sex. If you've ever been to a Supercars event, racing event, lots of girls in very tight clothing, very short shorts, not very much. So it's not overtly sexual content, but it is suggestive sexual content. Air quotes, suitable for families. But the Supercars freak out about the fact that Renee is an overtly sexual content creator. She does intimate things for a living, which I find challenging because, to my mind, and I am making a generalization, a fairly high percentage of the Supercars fans, I would have thought, would have been happy with someone like Renee, sponsored by OnlyFans in her GT World Challenge Australia car, to be involved. Why? Oh, we can't have someone that does porn racing in the supercars. Guys, honestly, it's the hypocrisy at play by supercars is horrendous. However, but they don't even lean into that. That could have turned that into the whole thing. But they didn't. It just ended up being a very dull list of things that Renee did or tried to do. The end. Like, that's literally it. Look, a fair question from Clint here. He's just thrown this into the chat. Is it worth watching if you are a Supercars fan, or is it a red flag race is declared situation? Clint, as I've just said, if you wanted to see actually any Supercars footage, this is the wrong doco. They couldn't get any licensed footage to show you. They could show some of the press footage around it, but none of her actually doing any racing. They could show some of her racing in her most recent attempt to get into it, but it's like so little of the racing that it's actually not a thing. It's not a thing. Obviously, it stars Renee Gracie. She is the central character in this. It's directed by two women, Frances Elliott and Samantha Marlowe, that have some runs on the board, at least in short doco stuff. This is their first feature, as best I could tell. Look, there's so much about this that hurts. It needed, for mine, at least 2 more very long producer meetings and a whole bunch of reshoots for this to even pass muster. It feels inadequate. Like they didn't actually know what story they wanted to tell by the time they got to telling you the story about 75 minutes in. The other thing is, and this is persnickety, so bear with me, the fireproof, it's called Revealed, part of Stan's documentary Revealed series. Renee Gracie, fireproof. The fireproof tag makes no sense. She was never in an accident that had her or her car on fire. And if they're using it to suggest it's a metaphorical fire, that's a pretty long bow. If it's that she's too hot to handle, that doesn't mean she's on fire. She could just be hot. Fireproof? I mean, you could have called it Renee Gracie Tits Out for the Boys and been a whole lot closer to what this thing actually is about. Ugh, there's barely a double entendre to lean on. If you wanted to watch, Revealed, Renee Gracie, Fireproof, is 90 minutes long, 90 very long minutes long, and it is available now on Stan. I can't. I mean, you be the judge. There's no moral judgment in this, just by the way. If she wants to make it content, that is absolutely her right and her privilege and her opportunity. And if people want to pay her for it, amazing. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, let's cleanse the palate and move on to something that is honestly far more delightful.
You're trending.
That's fantastic.
You retweeted a white supremacist.
Retweeted a what?
A Nazi.
Good luck tomorrow. Thank you. You'll never see it coming.
Indeed he won't. Hello.
Big Bear or racism?
I'm here for the signing.
It's cancelled.
I'm your son.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay.
How'd it go?
I don't want to talk about it.
It didn't go how you'd hoped it might.
I can't answer that without talking about it.
Don't particularly want to see you. Your father's had an affair with an Australian one.
You have a half-brother.
I'm on a quest to understand who I am and where I come from. I will need you to fill this up to the line.
What, now? And this guy turns up saying he's my son. Ingrid's livid. Then to cap it all, he tells me he's autistic.
Could be a documentary.
I could never forgive myself if we didn't capture these precious moments. Now, how do I turn you on?
That's not how.
I don't want you waltzing into his life. He's autistic. He's vulnerable.
Yeah, well, so am I.
I apologize about my family. It's kind of embarrassing. Why did you have sex with my mother?
Oh.
Are you secretly making a documentary?
As it might improve my current public image.
So you're pretending to get to know your own son. I think it's best if I have my affair now, get it out the way.
You have an affair now?
Anything else I can do for you, Ingrid?
I don't know.
Maybe you'd like to come and visit us. Traveling to Great Britain would be the single best thing I have ever done.
You look after him, or I'll chop your nuts off.
You're Billy Piper, aren't you?
Oh, great. Put hairs on your chest.
I've already got quite a few hairs on my chest, as you can see. It's a pleasure to meet you, Florence.
Is a handshake okay?
Have you washed them recently?
No, she hasn't.
Maybe later then. Dads can be difficult.
Still in the car, Austin.
Austin starts Sunday.
This is honestly delightful. When a world-renowned British children's author and his illustrator wife have their Australian book signing tour upended because he gets cancelled for retweeting a neo-Nazi, to quote him, sometimes even bad people can make good points. It looks grim for Julian and Ingrid Hartswood and their new book, Big Bear in Space. It only gets more complicated when Austin, who has autistic spectrum condition, introduces himself at a signing and claims to be Julian's son, as we saw in the trailer. Oh, and just based on Austin's age, it looks like he was conceived not long after Julian and Ingrid started dating. Uma. Oh, I have loved all of the episodes of Austin that I've seen. I've seen the first 3. Michael Theo, who you might recognize from Love on the Spectrum, and wanting to be an actor, is our central Austin. He's our guy. And so on one hand, phenomenal that we've got an actor with autistic spectrum disorder playing a character with autistic spectrum disorder and doing a really good job of it. It is funny in all the right places. Austin, the character, he's not the punchline, if that makes sense. He's a part of the comedy. He's in on the jokes, but it's not like make fun of the disabled guy, right? Like it is glorious and inclusive and welcoming. And if anything, we make a lot of fun of Brits who are far too up themselves. You know, that's where we get to meet Julian, of course, even Ingrid a little bit, but that's just sort of around the side. The cast is incredible. Joining Michael is Ben Miller, who plays his dad, Julian, who's also been in Paddington and Death in Paradise. Sally Phillips is Ingrid look, honestly, she's in heaps of things, but I'm Alan Partridge. Miranda, she was in Veep as well. Gia Carides, if you do not mind, plays Austin's mum. She's been in Big Fat Greek Wedding, I think 2 and 3 probably. Strictly Ballroom, if you can remember that far back. And then playing his grandfather, Roy Billing. And when I went to write down what has he been in, I just wrote, everything. Roy Billing has been in everything. And that's because he's so great. So great. I absolutely loved every part of it. And just a quick shout out to Scooter Wellborn, who I know was, I think, one of the ADs shooting for this. Congratulations, mate. Phenomenal effort. The writers include Carla Ellis and Adam Zwar, who I love and got to chat with at the Colin from Accounts premiere. He and his wonderful wife Amanda were there. They've nailed it. They've nailed it with the tone. Michael even gets a Guernsey as a script consultant, obviously bringing, to the party his experience with autistic spectrum disorder condition and what that looks like. So super smart, right? And another little Colin crossover, directed by Madeline Dyer, sister of Harriet. It's filmed in Canberra. As you can see, there's lots of great Canberra stuff, and in the UK. And I can tell you nothing more than it is glorious and absolutely worth every minute that you want to pour into it. And it doesn't labor. It doesn't overstay its welcome. 30-minute episodes, right? It's kicking off this Sunday night, paired with the new season of Spicks and Specs. So Spicks and Specs will drop at 7:30. Austin runs at 8. And once the first episode is aired, all 8 episodes will be available on ABC iView for you to binge at your pleasure, or just watch it week to week. I say it's because it's a half hour. It's really easy to watch. It's really easy to just sit down and be consumed by this world. There is a lot of exposition warning, a lot of exposition that happens in the first episode because they've got to set everything up. And again, I don't think it overstays its welcome. It does a really good job. And full props to Madeline as director and to Michael in his performance as Austin. Fucking great. And congratulations to Ben, who's the co-creator of this series. Brilliant, right? There's just so much to love about it. It's so good. And when we're getting so little Australian drama / comedy on free-to-air television, commercial or even, government like the ABC or SBS, dive in, support it, watch it. iView or broadcast, certainly iView is going to give them the best figures, but however you watch it, just watch it. Like, I'm at the point where I'm saying, even if you don't like it, log into iView, press play on the first episode and go and do something else for 4 hours. Let them think that you've watched, but you'll want to watch it. It's so good. Anyway, Austin, the first season, 8 episodes. It's so delightful. It starts this Sunday, the 9th of June, 8 p.m. on ABC, or you can flick over and watch all of it on ABC iView. So you don't have to wait. That's the glorious thing. Now, this one I know has been around for a while, but I think you'll want to watch it.
You're a cleaner. The world is upside down.
Crime scene cleaner. Has someone died here? Yes. Then you're going to want to invite me in.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to stay.
I would be delighted.
You like your role, don't you?
You do get to see how people live. I say live, they're mainly horribly dead. Don't you, Tom?
Come on, little buddy Natalie. You're getting thrashed.
Wiki is a crime scene cleaner, and when the detectives are done, he moves in armed with his bleach and scrubbing brushes. His job brings him into contact with the strangest people, those who knew the victims and sometimes even the killers themselves. But because he's a chatty man, he tends to gossip rather more than he cleans. Eagle-eyed viewers will note that Wiki is Greg Davies, our very first original Taskmaster, and still running strong in the big chair in the UK series. Up to season 17, by the way, they've just finished. Season 18 coming. There have been 2 seasons of The Cleaner made. The first series, well, let me get this straight. 6 episodes in season 1, 7 episodes in season 2, and I think then there's even a bridging episode between the 2 seasons. All of it is available on BritBox. If you have access to BritBox, both seasons are all there. Everything is there. If not, then the brand newly rebadged ABC Entertains, it used to be called ABC Me, ABC Entertains, Channel 23, starting tonight, Tuesday, June 4 at 8:30, you've just missed it, is dropping season 1. However, all of it is available on ABC iView right now. So you can tune in and binge all 6 episodes of season 1 straight away. It's glorious. It's super fun. It's not the pompous Greg Davies that we know from Taskmaster, which is great, right? It's good acting. It's just smart. There really is a who's who of British sort of comedic royalty sort of pop up in it, as you would see in some of the trailer. And not just comedic royalty, please. First episode, Helena Bonham freaking Carter. Like Jeepers Creepers. So good, very funny, great situations. But add in David Mitchell, Roshan Konati, Asim Chowdhury. And that's just season 1, friends. So delightful. This is, and Zita Sattar is in most of the season as a police constable that Wiki has to deal with. Yeah, it's glorious. It's not new. I think this season's been around for about 4 years now. But it's definitely worth playing along with and enjoying and having fun with. If you are a fan of Greg in Taskmaster or even Greg's stand-up, and he's very funny in his stand-up, you'll enjoy him. It's just Greg in a different situation, but he's proper acting. And it makes it delightful, and it makes it entertaining, and it makes it engaging. And The Cleaner, season 1, ABC Entertains and iView and BritBox, if you want to get involved in it right now. So good. Oh, friends, we're nearly there. Thank you for joining in. I'm so glad that so many of you are watching live across all of the different places, YouTube, Facebook. Hopefully Instagram is working. I'll find out later. thank you for playing along. For those that are watching on YouTube and Facebook, of course, you get to comment. I get to include you like this, friends. Woo! For those who are watching live, I'm actually, tongue not good, actually showing the comments up on the screen. So as you type them, they'll appear there. And there is some good stuff that I wanted to throw into this. Somebody dropped, Anthony Ashton said he likes Billy Piper. Yep, that's totally fair. Billy Piper's worth liking. There's been some good people acknowledging they do or don't like things that I've said. And look, well done. Friends, this is your warm-up. We're about to step into the up and down mulks. So it would be great if you wanted to start firing up your fingers and letting us know the show that you are obsessing over. Let's just start with things that you love this week. What is the one show that you have to be watching as soon as it happens or as soon as it drops or whenever it's on? We want to get into that. I'll bring this back up afterwards, but right now we're going to go into this week's upMolks and downMolks. Oh my freaking goodness. And how good is this? I got to tell you, completely nerding out for a moment, the software that I use, oh, fuck it, they're not going to care and no one's sponsoring me, but Restream is what I use to deliver all of this. It's just delivered this whole new studio interface, which allows me to set up interfaces that do this sort of thing. It's the freaking best. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, trying to stick to the same rules. This week's upMolks and downMolks. First of all, Taskmaster Season 17, the UK version, just finished on Binge. It's super fun, surprising. You can see the cast here with little Alex Horne and Taskmaster Greg. Nick Mohammed was just a standout. But I knew probably two of the cast, and I love all of the cast now. Like I'm now searching out stuff that they're in to try and find it out. The result, Taskmaster Season 17 UK version, absolutely massive upMolk. Just do it. Just make sure you've got your Binge subscription, which you should have because of Colin from Accounts. Anyway, the second upMolk, downMolk we're going to talk about this week, Alone Australia Season 2 has just finished on SBS, so it's available in full on SBS On Demand. I'm not going to spoil and tell you who won, other than saying it's one of these people on the screen. It was filmed in New Zealand, not in Australia, which made it very, very cold and far more challenging than I think that they were expecting, as in the participants when they went there. The winner went for nearly, I think, just over 60 days, 2 human months in this very frosty, freezing very southern part of New Zealand. It gets a massive upMolk from me. SBS killed it. Absolutely killed it again. Next one, Hollywood Con Queen. This is on Apple TV Plus. It is available in full. It's a 3-part documentary about, look, it's available. It's a recent sort of pop-up about a person that was, pretending to be some really powerful Hollywood women, including Wendy Deng, former, I think, number 3 wife of Rupert Murdoch, number 4 ex-wife, whatever. And would suck creatives and people into their web and get them to do all sorts of crazy things and rip them off for thousands of dollars. They find and reveal, and it's available in the public sphere. You can find out who it is. This person that pretends to be these people, the con artist. Unfortunately, massive downMolk from me because I just felt they labored the point too much. What they did in 3, they could have done in 2. I understand maybe they stretched it out or whatever, but it just didn't. Most of the final episode is the documentary maker having a series of Zoom FaceTime conversations with the person at the center of this. And I just didn't find it as compelling as I think they wanted me to. Your mileage may vary. Hollywood Con Queen, Apple TV Plus, 3 episodes. Get into it. Perfect timing, Clint. Dream Home, the big new solo vehicle that Channel 7 have created for Dr. Chris Brown, my long-lost twin brother, who moving from Channel 10 over to 7, he's going to be the new Sonia Kruger in that he is on every fucking show. This is his first solo vehicle for them. It is ostensibly House Rules rebadged and not even very thinly veiled. It is transparent and unfortunately not very good. So a big thumbs down, unfortunately, Chris. I love you, mate. When for those that have watched the TV Black Box podcast, remember Robbo had a very personal hate for Chris Brown. I'm not going to go there. I love Chris very deeply. A big down Molk for Dream Home. When the best thing about the show is Chris, that's saying something. Make of that what you will, friends. The final show that I upMolk and downMolk tonight is Sweet Tooth, season 3, the final season of this very excellent graphic novel series, transmogrified and turned into a brilliant live-action drama on Netflix. The basic premise is that in the future, some kind of apocalypse happens and hybrid children, as you can see displayed on the screen, hybrid children start being born. The first of which is our central character, Gus, who is part human boy, part deer. And no one knows why it's happening. And adults are dying seemingly prematurely. And of course, they're blaming the hybrid kids. It is crazy. And my family and I fell in love with this series when we saw season 1. So it is no surprise, a massive upMolk for Sweet Tooth season 3, which starts this Thursday. They'll drop all of the episodes on Netflix so you can binge that as your heart desires. I thoroughly recommend do not start on season 3. Season 1, it's all there. Watch it. If you get past episode 1 and go, it's not for me, Molk, like, cool, shuffle on. I challenge you. I would say that if you watch episode 1, you will be in for the whole journey, and you're going to have such a great freaking journey along the way because of it. It's delightful. Friends, that's this week's TV Binge Box, upMolks and downMolks. Thank you for joining in. And look, while that all happened, we got so many great recommendations of shows that people are obsessing over. Look, where are we? Let me pick this up. I want to make sure I get the first one so we can talk about this. Here we go. So there we go. Look, Anthony said he's into Austin. Christina mentioned that she's into Welcome to Wrexham season 3. I'm right there with you, Christina. I'm loving it sick. Clint's giving a big upMolk to In Our Blood on ABC iView. Yeah, I've heard good things about that, Clint. Great. I hope you're hanging to there. Strangers from Hell. Kyle was not so sure. He thought that season 1 of Alone Australia was better. Yeah, probably not outrageous. However, season 2 is certainly very good. I agree. And look, Kyle has just finished all 3 seasons of The Cleaning Lady on Binge. And he thought it was great. As you can see on the screen if you're watching live. So there's lots of good suggestions, not just from Molk, from the community, the TV Binge Box community. And that's why this is, for mine, such a vital and important part of the service that we offer. By we, I mean me. And by offering, I mean push down your faces and shoved into your socials. And hopefully you watch or listen at some point. I'm not needy. Shut up. You are. That is this week's TV Binge Box. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. If you hadn't noticed, I've slotted it into my uni holidays. This guy, full-time student, has decided that just because I've got nothing else going on and I needed to scratch the itch, here I am. I'm diving deep into a Binge Box every Tuesday night with one massive caveat, friends. If I get, and I have RSVP'd, tickets to Inside Out Season 2's preview next Tuesday night, there will be no TV Binge Box. It will probably slide into Wednesday. But just, yeah, otherwise, keep following. You'll see it. It's going to pop up all of the places. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Standard Time is when you want to tune in for the TV Binge Box. Of course, if you want to follow me or TV Black Box or TV Binge Box, get it all from my link tree. It's linktr.ee/Steve Molk, or just go to tvblackbox.com.au. That's where you get to find out all of everything that I'm doing, all of the great work that the entire team is doing, including Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, for joining us tonight. A very important member of the TV Black Box team, along with Rob and Kevin and everybody else. Whole bunch of people spinning around in the background. Oh, friends, we made it. Look at this. How great, how incredibly good is this? I love television. I love that you wanted to join me in this journey. I love that you love what you love and that you don't like what you don't like, and that together we can celebrate these things and surprise each other and find things to watch and be surprised by stuff that other people are watching and get entranced by it as well. That's the incredible offering that TV offers us these days in all of its myriad form and delivery mechanism, whether you watch it on a streamer, whether you watch it on catch up, whether you watch it on traditional linear broadcast television, all 3 of you, there is a capacity for so much great TV, and it does bring us together in these kinds of ways where we get to gather Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock, and talk about it on the TV BingeBox podcast. I'd love to know what you think. This is obviously me ranting for an hour. I'd love to know whether you've enjoyed it, what you thought of the interface stuff that I've been tricking you up with and making you do all pretty things, what you thought of my interview with Patrick and Harriet. I'm hoping to get a few more in the can so that I can share them as a part of the series. And I'm umming and ahhing about whether I introduce special guests, come and join me and talk about the show that they love. Because it might be a bit hard work. If I'm talking about 4 shows and they've only watched 1, it could be difficult. I don't want to make it awkward for them. I'd love to be more welcoming and generous as those of you who know, watch and know me from the Black Box and other binge boxes. I'm a nice guy generally. And so I don't want to make anybody feel awkward. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think of me? Yeah. Friends, that's the TV Binge Box podcast. We'll be back next week. Love what you love. So good to have you on board. And this week I'm going to finish with, the classic call that this time of year brings to heart. Queensland by 9 and State of Origin tomorrow night, friends. Yeah!